Let's all laugh at the sugars, part 6. Yes, those dim-witted sugars continue to be the gift that keep on giving, and I, H.G. Tudor, the Ultra, are going to share some of their swivel-eyed, foam-flecked, mouthed rantings as they bash away at their keyboard, apoplectic at the fact that the Ultra continues to land blows upon their heroine. So, without further ado, why not dive in and see what else they've had to write? First up, it's Doc Holliday. Thanks for joining us, Doc. It's short and sweet. Get over it. Piers Morgan wannabe. Ouch. Ooh, so stinging. I have no desire to be Piers Morgan. First of all, I'm better looking than he is, in much better condition than he is, far more intelligent than he is. Admittedly, he's more famous than I am, but I don't really care for that. He likes that notoriety within the broadcasting world. It's not something that I'm interested in. So, although your attempt to suggest that I'm a Piers Morgan wannabe is your attempt at trying to upset me, all it does is cause me to laugh as I contemplate that you, Doc Holliday, sit there listening to my videos, whilst the only thing that I've ever done in relation to you is comment upon the fact that you are indeed wanting to be me. I know that you have a huge hard-on for me, and that's why you've commented. But that's understandable. It's understandable that you'd love for me to violate you whilst you cried out, "Mummy, please may I have some more?" But we're going to leave that there, Doc Holliday, because I've given you more than enough attention already, you little tart. But who comes this way now? It's Songbird. And Songbird starting off with a yal. Oh yes, yal are so brainwashed. Okay. And there's a couple of crying emojis, as that, of course, very much demonstrates the intellectual forensic push of the argument that Songbird is advancing. I've often found that when I've instructed my solicitors and barristers, I've encouraged them, look, when you make your submissions to Lord Justice Conkerbollocks, please ensure that you do so through the power of the emoji. That's far more forceful, far more effective, and I'm sure the relevant Lord Justice is bound to accept the forensic nature of our argument as a consequence of a few well-placed emojis. You can well imagine that at the time, the Queen's Counsel, now it would be King's Counsel, would be going, absolutely, Mr. Tudor, I will do that straight away. A load of fucking nonsense. Y'all are so brainwashed, emoji. Self-proclaimed, no, as I told you before, diagnosed, but I wouldn't expect somebody like you, Songbird, to actually be paying proper attention, because you're a dimwit. Self-proclaimed narcissist telling you which celebrities are narcissist. I think you mean are narcissists. But again, you're a sugar. So as a consequence, your ridiculous inability to utilize English properly is entirely understandable. Go figure. I think you should spend some time go figuring. Go figure why you can't use the English language correctly. Go figure why you don't listen correctly and properly to what you're being told. I'm probably blocked from comments. Not at all. Your commenters here. Indeed, Songbird, you have been placed upon a platform so everybody else can enjoy what a goon you are. And why have you put LOL? The fact that you're blocked from comments, is that meant to be amusing? Are you telling us a joke there? No, you see, what you're doing there is you're thinking, I'm not sure whether I'm actually blocked from the comments, so in a somewhat passive-aggressive way, I'll try and make it seem as if I'm joking, where actually I need to know whether I'm blocked because I'm completely insecure. So is Tyler Perry a narc too, because he's a witness to the abuse? I don't follow your logic, but that's no surprise. Even for one as intelligent as I'm going to struggle to understand what the fuck you're talking about, Songbird, but thank you for flying in and allowing us all to laugh at your cheap plumage. Who've we got next? It's Cyber Spelunker. Okay. Goddamn fucking troll. Catch COVID, please. I see real cheap. Well, it's to the point, and it's coming in with all guns blazing with regard to insults. I'm not sure why you think it's appropriate to label somebody as a troll who's actually educating people about narcissism. Oh, I know why. It's because you're fucking stupid. and catch COVID. That's not very nice, is it? But then we all know you're not very nice. You see real cheap. Yes, well, that's what happens when you position your laptop in front of a mirror, Cyber Spelunker. You will invariably see real cheap because you're looking at yourself. Then we have Star Queen. You're obsessed with her. You're obsessed with her. Am I obsessed with her what? Oh, you mean you are obsessed with her? Another one that doesn't understand English. No, I'm not obsessed with her. But apparently I'm obsessed with her because she has been a more successful actor than you. But I'm not a professional actor. Admittedly, I act as part of being a narcissistic psychopath. She's not more successful actor than me on two fronts. She's not a particularly successful professional actor to begin with, and I'm hardly upset about that. And furthermore, her non-professional acting, i.e. her narcissism, is piss poor. It's see-through, unlike mine. So your initial observation is not borne out by the evidence. But that's not a surprise, Star Queen, because you can't even use the English language properly, and you're another one that has to throw in some emojis. This must be painful, and then that looks like a constipated face for you. No, not at all. The only painful part of this is actually having to decipher the crap that you type. So, how about that? The next moron that joins us from Sugarland is JJ. I've counted 22 negative videos about Harry's wife. Again, misspelt. Well done. You can't even spell your heroine's name correctly. Clown. I counted 22 negative videos about Harry's wife before I gave up. Do you mean that they talk about her as a narcissist and therefore are critical of her? If you want to define that as negative, fair enough. You're entitled to do so. You gave up after 22. You don't have much staying power, do you, JJ? You're not going to be much use in a fight. You probably throw one punch and then fall over, out of breath. What do you do when you run a race? Take 4 steps, then go, fuck me, I'm buggered, I can't go any further. Goodness me, you're no use to anybody, are you? You don't like Harry's wife. Not particularly, but she doesn't trouble me because my life's far better than hers. It's not about liking her, it's about analysing her because I teach people about narcissism, something I make very clear. And if you'd bothered to actually listen to the videos rather than just counting them, you'd have known that. Thank you for telling me that I'm perfectly entitled to hold that view. I appreciate that. However, you should know that it is unethical to diagnose anyone with any disorder without having a one-to-one assessment with the client in person. Oh, I'm unethical. Oh, did you hear that, valuable viewers? I am unethical. My world crumbles because JJ has told me that I am unethical. The walls of my existence are falling in. The chasm is reaching out to draw me into oblivion because I am unethical. JJ, I'm ethically bereft and morally barren. I have no concerns about ethics because if you'd bother to listen, you'd realise that I'm a narcissistic psychopath. And the point is, I am not a psychologist, as I make it clear. I am a narcissistic psychopath and know my kind inside out, and which has enabled me as a consequence of 1, knowing what I am, 2, my high level of intelligence, and 3, my application of logic and evidence, to enable people to understand that Harry's wife is indeed a narcissist. And if you'd bothered, rather than coming along in your haughty fashion going, you should know that it's unethical to diagnose anyone with a disorder without having a one-to-one assessment. I don't give a rat's ass about the ethics of it. I'm concerned with the accuracy. And the accuracy is as a consequence of the analysis of a huge amount of material. And funnily enough, that analysis has been borne out again and again and again and again. You would also know, if you had any qualifications to diagnose such disorders, that Harry's wife does not meet any of the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder. JJ, you have been given Utter Clown of the Year in the New Year's Honours list. For you to say that she doesn't meet any of the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder beggars belief. Actually, it doesn't. You're a sugar. Watch the videos, and you'll see that she hits the criteria again and again and again. In fact, if you watch my video, Boozy's Clueless, I take you through again a comprehensive summary that shows that she hits the headings repeatedly that demonstrate her narcissism. So you're just a moron. You clearly don't have a clue what you're talking about. I think you're projecting again and are making these videos for profit. What you mean is, I know full well what I'm talking about. The commentary, the accuracy. Do you realise, JJ, that amongst my clients, I have psychiatrists, psychologists, psychotherapists who not only use the material to help themselves, but they use the material that I create, the explanations that I provide, to assist their own clients as well, far more than what you do. You don't understand anything about narcissist personality disorder because you think Harry's wife isn't one. You're a clown. An utter and total clown. If an opinion was to be made, both Harry's wife and Harry have PTSD. No, they don't. They clearly have PTSD. No, they do not. Harry has suffered some form of trauma. I accept that, and I've mentioned that before. And he's also affected by emotional thinking. She doesn't have post-traumatic stress disorder. She's got narcissistic personality disorder. You clearly do not understand narcissistic personality disorder, JJ continues. You'll find that I do, and it's you that does not. What you're doing is dangerous. Ethically, morally, and professionally, you are dangerous. I am dangerous, JJ. You're absolutely right about that, because I'm a very capable and effective man. That if you were to confront me in person, you'd soil yourself in an instant. What I'm doing is educating people, something that you're incapable of doing, and my work speaks for itself. But thank you for giving me the opportunity to showcase my brilliance once again, and also to highlight that you are an utter dumpling in the brain section. Well, it wouldn't be a laugh at the sugars without a final word from Victoria de la Boulay, who brings her own peculiar brand of crazy by writing It's Crap. It appears Sam reads copy written by MK Ultra and John. Miranda was obsessed with my relation to Holy Blood, Holy Grail, and is desperate for the character trait acquisition. Retardant. If you can make sense of what Victoria is writing there, then you're a better person than I am, Gunga Din. You might want to try in the comments section to decipher it, but don't do so for long. You'll probably give yourself a headache. And at this time of year, you want to be able to enjoy yourselves. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.